Hey guys! Well, guess what? I have an Easter project for you today. And so today I am going to be using a Dollar Tree Easter pail that has these cute little carrots. They have the all different kind of carrots, and they're pastel colors, and I just fell in love with this pail. So I'm going to be using this pail, and we are going to be using some of the Dollar Tree carrots that you can get a pack of 6 in the carrots. We'll be using those as well. We are going to be using some of the rabbits. They're little quilted rabbits that they have over at Dollar Tree. We're going to be using these, and actually in this arrangement we'll be using 3 of the rabbits. I'm going to be saving the other 3 for another project. And then I am going to be adding some of my own Easter eggs. And to be honest with you, I cannot remember where I bought these Easter eggs from. I've had Easter eggs for many, many years, so I don't know if they came from Walmart or Dollar General or Dollar Tree. I'm not sure, but there are the glittery. Have a little bit of a frosty look to them. We're going to be using these pastel colors because they do go with our color scheme. So that's what I'm trying to stick with. I have some greenery from the last, let's see, it's been a couple of videos ago that I did a arrangement in a pink birdhouse. I'll try to link it below. I'm not sure if I can figure that out, but I'll try. But that's where these came from. So I'm going to be using that to get the accent of the pink colors in here. I'm going to be using some greenery that I had in my stash. I believe this greenery was bought from Walmart. And then I got this from, it's a lavender from Dollar Tree. And then I also got this greenery. It's just a greenery piece with some pink flowers, pinkish looking flowers from Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree was very skimpy on flowers. I don't know if they just haven't gotten a shipment in or what's going on, but they did not have a very good selection of flowers. So I got these yellow ones. I got 2 of the yellow ones, 2 of the pink ones, and 1 of the purple ones. And you'll see why I only chose 1 purple one, because I just want an accent color. I don't want to like be fully purple and fully yellow and fully, it's going to turn out really pretty. Anyway, so we're going to get started, and what we're going to do is we are going to use, I'm getting kind of used to using these pool noodles. We're going to use a pool noodle as our inside our container in order to secure our flower. So get ready. We're going to put this thing together. I'm not sure. I haven't decided if I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to cut the main stem off. I think what I'm going to do is keep them all intact and then just kind of work their limbs around. So we'll get there when we come to it, and I'll be using my glue gun today as well. So just one moment. Alright, so what I did was I took my pool noodle and I cut it in 4-inch, about 4 inches, and stuffed them into the pail. I didn't glue them at the bottom. I can take them out. You know me, I like to recycle, so that's going to allow me to recycle. That is going to be my my basis for what I place my stems in to hold them in place. And so I was just thinking when I was putting them in there, man, if you had like some old pool noodles and you didn't know what to do with them, you could use them as your floral holders. So just an idea. So anyway, so I'm going to stick these in at an angle. These are the thicker ones that I got that I think I must have cut a few off. I see one over here cut off. I'm just going to fill these in first. And so I'm going in at an angle, and I'm going through both of the, and I'm just kind of, I may have to readjust this because it's not, may not be the angle that I want to go. So I have to kind of get an idea of the angle that I really want this to go in. I may create a mess here, but I don't want it to be like foofed out. Does that make sense? Don't foof it out. I may want to do this differently. Let's do these differently. I'm going to do these up and down. And you'll understand why I want that to be up and down versus at an angle. Now the other ones I'll probably go in at an angle. But I know this is kind of like covering up the camera, but just bear with me. I'm looking at it from this angle, and I don't want it to go way out here and be like a big foofy arrangement. So I'm putting it in the middle because I want it to be more of the, I guess, the most, like it's a weedy, you know, like in your yard, how the weeds all grow and then you just have a few little flowers that just kind of peek out. That's kind of what I'm looking for, or that's what I'm going for. So the next thing I want to add is I want to add the yellow ones, the yellow flowers. And on these, I want to go on either side. So maybe those are the ones that I'm going to go in at kind of an angle, but not quite an angle maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, we're just going to go, I'm going to stick it within the first, one of the pool noodles. So now I'm going to just kind of spread it out a little bit so that the pink flowers are kind of spread out. And then I'm going to do it on the same on the other side. So I'm just going to go straight kind of in that one particular pool noodle. And I'm going to just kind of show you what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of spreading my flowers out a little bit so that they kind of spread. Yes, they love one another. They want to be so attached to one another. Okay. And then I'm just going to place this one in right here and just kind of spread it out. I don't want it to be all bunched up in one little place is what I'm going for. Same thing, I'm going to do the very same thing with the pink ones that I bought. I'm going to spread them out a little bit. I don't know what just happened. Something fell. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and place this one right here. Try to get it as close to the middle as possible. But it's going to be on one side. So I've got the yellow, let me see if I can get this. I got the yellow here, and then I've got the pink right here. So then I'm going to do the pink over on this side. Did you ever have, I'm sure if you have kids, your kids probably get into things, you know, and everything's quiet, and then all of a sudden you hear something fall. And first thing you want to do is run and jump and go find out what happened. It wasn't like a major crash, but something crashed in my house. I don't have kids. I have a cat and a dog who tend to get very rowdy as soon as I hit the play button or hit the record button, they get rowdy. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of moving the pink ones around a little bit, kind of intertwining them with the yellow, because in nature, there's not really a natural, I mean, they just kind of grow wildly, and that's what I'm trying to get, that wild kind of intermingled look, if I can. I just want to kind of, you know, try to mimic nature as much as possible. Not even, I mean, it's not a perfect thing, but I'm just trying to get a little bit of a feel there. I like that. It's turning out really pretty. Okay, so then with the purple lavender, again, I'm going to spread them out, and I believe there's one in the middle that's the tallest. So we'll kind of leave him. We're going to spread them out a little bit, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go right smack dab in the middle of this arrangement, and I'm just going to place it kind of where, I might even go between both of the, we'll try doing that, go between both of the bills and see how that goes. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to have to go old school, and I'm going to have to get some Spanish moss out because I don't want, if you can you see that? Can y'all see how inside here you can see the red? I probably should start off with Spanish moss. You know what? I think I'm going to real quickly add the Spanish moss to this, and I'll be right back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Spanish moss. I'm going to stuff it inside and around the places that are before I stick this last bunch of greens in here. So just bear with me. I'm going to go grab my Spanish moss. So as I was going to get the Spanish moss, my motherly nature kicked in and I went to check on the animals. Nothing has fallen on the ground or anything in there. Apparently my dog must have pushed the cat down onto the floor, or they fight, they wrestle, they play. It's nothing. It's not an evil thing. Oh, I'm gonna love this. Ugh. I just love working with Spanish moss. Y'all know that's a sarcastic statement because I really don't like working with Spanish moss. It's so messy. But in this situation, now either that or you can use Easter grass. I have some Easter grass. I could have used that too and got the pink look in there. That would be cute. I would go with if I was doing Easter grass, I would do a pink or a green, light green, not a dark green, but a light green. Not the traditional plastic. I would go with the pastel colors. That would be my suggestion. But since I have this moss, I'm just going to make a mess and the best. Yeah, I'm making a mess, all right. Okay, so yes, moss is messy. I remember using a lot of Spanish moss in arrangements when I worked for Crafts, etc. See, that looks better. It covers up the pool noodles. You'll never know that there's pool noodles in there. It's okay that it's, because, you know, weeds grow around the wintry grass, so it kind of looks like that. So, anyways, now, look at this mess I have to clean up. Oh, well. It's a mess I created because I love being creative. So, there you go. All right. So, let me, I'm going to pause while I get my desk cleaned off here so we can get the rest of the pieces put together on this arrangement. Anybody want to guess how old that Spanish moss is? It's old. Well, I've had it since I worked way back then when I worked for Crafts, etc. And believe me, it was a long time ago. Anyway, so we're going to put these greens with a little bit of pink because I want that little bit of pink color in there. So I'm just going to place these kind of as much as I can. I'm going to try to get them in there. I don't want them to mess up my pretty thing. I know. Okay, let me see. Let me pull. Let me pull. There you go. Maybe that's not so bad. Okay, let me get the other one on this side. And what I'm doing with these, again, I'm just kind of pulling and making, spreading them out a little bit before I place them in place. And then I'm just finding my hole on the side. I'm looking kind of at, I'll try to angle it so you can see what I'm looking at. So I see this hole right in here. So I'm just going to take and place this right on in here in this whole area and just kind of fill in a little bit, give it a little more fill in. It's, you know, it's going to be on the side possibly. I don't know, because I really don't know what side I'm going to place these on. Kind of have to look at it and see. I think I want the handle to go, I don't know. I kind of like the handle being the front. We'll see. Hey, got a little bit of pink, I got a little bit of the pink flowers. Just kind of playing with this. You know, weeds are crazy. They just grow anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfectly circle. But in our creative eyes, we like it to look pretty. or tag for tag. So now it's time for the eggs and the carrots and my 3 bunnies. So, all right, it's time to add the eggs, the carrots, and the rabbits. So, first of all, I think what I want to do is I want to add my rabbits first because they're going to be my focal point. So, I'm going to add my rabbits. Basically, I'm looking at my arrangement and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna put a rabbit here. Now, some of you, one thing you might do, in fact, trying to think, I'm thinking of like using wire and then attaching the rabbit to the wire and then sticking it in instead of, I was gonna glue it to the, yeah, let me go see if I can find some at least 20 gauge wire or a thicker, like a floral wire. I have some that might work. And if I can do that, then what I can do is I can attach the wire to the back of the rabbits and then stick the rabbits into the plant. And I want to have 3 different focal points of the rabbits. So just 1 minute, sorry. Okay, so I found my wire. It's quite old. I don't think it's a 20 gauge wire, but what I'm going to do, it's very long, and I have 3 rabbits. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to take it out and I'm going to fold it in half. And this should be tall enough to where it could stick in there and hold the rabbit up high to the height that I want it to hold up. And I'm going to go a little bit, yeah, I said old school. I'm going to use some floral tape. And if you're not familiar with floral tape, if you stretch it, you don't want to stretch too hard, but it's good for holding your flowers and different things as you work with flowers together. So you just start basically rolling it. It's got kind of a waxy substance to it. And I'm just going to use this to kind of secure this wire together and make it almost like a stem sticking out. And I'm just twirling it down to the end just to kind of give that wire a little more rigidity. I do have some thicker wire. I just could not find it. This is the first wire I found. I'm pretty sure I have a 20 gauge, which is thicker. The 20 gauge would be it'd be almost as thick as what this looks like with the floral. But I think this is going to work okay. I don't think this is going to be a problem. So I'm just going to twist the bottom part, kind of like you do with a pipe cleaner. And I think that will help making that a little more stable so that we can stick it in there. Okay, so then I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and I'm going to put it on the back of my rabbit. I don't know if y'all can see. Let me move my stuff so y'all can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to put a little hot glue on the back of my rabbit. Then I'm going to just lay the metal piece onto the rabbit and just kind of secure it there like that. Okay, that's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to be okay. So I'm going to leave this over here so that it can solidify, hopefully stay. I mean, maybe I should stick it into the, hey, I problem solve as I create. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I should stick the wire inside the rabbit. That might be a good thing too. We could do that instead of hot gluing it. But hey, I was just thinking from the other side. Or another thing we could do that I have another plan for the rabbits. That's why I have the other 3. They're going with another project. But you could double side your rabbits. So you could just put the hot glue and glue your rabbits together. That would hide your wire. Again, I make my arrangements for my home. I don't sell them. These are for my pleasure. So I think we'll be okay with that. Let me see. I don't think I'm going to... I'm going to try sticking this, placing this in here. It looks like it's going to probably not go in and stick, but the rabbit is at the height that I want it to be. So I don't know if you can see that, but I have the rabbit in there, and it's not securely into the styrofoam or into the pool noodles, but he is kind of standing there. So that's exactly where I want him to be. And I'm going to put the other rabbit over on this side, right in this area too, and the same height. So I'm going to work on that rabbit real quick. Same thing, same concept. Glue the wire on the back and get him placed, and then I'm going to do a shorter one for my third one, and he's going to kind of go in the middle, but I'll come back and show y'all when I place him. Okay, so for my third rabbit, I'm thinking what I'll do is I will fold the wire in thirds, because I don't want this rabbit to be as high in the air or as high in the arrangement as the first two that I did. So I'm going to fold it in thirds, and I'm going to also take my and guys, it would be so much easier if you use a 20 gauge wire. Then you don't have to go through the trouble of adding the floral tape and everything. I'm using what I have in my stash. I know I have some 20 gauge wire. I just finding where it's at is my problem at this moment. So I'm just going to use what I have. And so I'm improvising with what I have and working with what I got. So if you have 20 gauge wire, by all means do it. If all you have is pipe cleaner, if you could get you some floral tape, you can also wrap the pipe cleaner and the floral tape to kind of disguise or mask the wire so that it doesn't show through as pipe cleaner in your arrangement. So basically I'm just going to glue this wire onto the back of this this rabbit, and I'm placing my second rabbit in to position. Hopefully we can get him to set up just like we got the other one to set up really nicely. I wish I could find them and I could like actually really get them stuck. Okay, well, they're kind of flimsy in there, but they're in there. They're not going to fall out. I mean, they're not going to fall out, but there's my two. And my third one is going to go right about right in here. That's where I'm looking at putting my third one. So my third one is, oops, he's not set yet. We're still working on getting him set. All right, so while he's setting up, before I put him up in there, I would like to add some carrots to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 carrots, and each bunny will have a carrot attached to the bunny. And then randomly I would like to have more, the other 3 kind of placed in there. And I'm not, you know, I'm thinking the wiring, you know, the wire effect too. I'm just kind of, again, I'm creatively walking through the process of thinking this through as to how do I want to place these into my arrangement and secure them into the arrangement. So I'm thinking that if I do the wire like so around the carrot, I could possibly stick him in there. Let's see. Let's just give it a try. All we can do is make a mistake and just have to start back over again. But it doesn't hurt to try. So we're just going to give it a try. And I know this is probably like, oh my gosh, so elementary, but whatever. So I'm just basically just using the floral tape to secure the wires together to make them one, is what I'm doing with the floral tape. So, and then also it kind of, it mimics a stem. So amongst the arrangement, it doesn't look so wildly put together, although it is wildly put together. Who knows? You know, I'm not a perfectionist. I do have my wire cutters over here just in case, and guess what? I need them. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna trim these off just a little bit. If I don't wanna, I don't wanna lose what I'm trying to get at. So I'm gonna kind of bend that carrot a little bit like this, and I'm going to place it. So I think, let me place my rabbit first because that's important. So we're gonna take and place the rabbit kind of in this area right here. And I do want him to come a little bit lower than the other rabbits, and that's on purpose. And so we got the threesome, the 3 rabbits. One's lower, one's closer to the front, which is cute. Okay, we'll give him a little bend so that he kind of has a little bit of a frontal sit there. Awesome. These are looking cute. Okay, I don't know if I add the carrots to it, if I'm going to put too much weight on them. So I'm going to add some glue to my carrots, and I'm going to just attach it to the rabbit. So I'm going to attach it to the rabbit. So I'm doing like this. So I'm attaching it to the rabbit like so. And we're gonna, oops, that's the one with the, and we're gonna attach the other one to the rabbit. So we're gonna attach it to the rabbit like so. I don't even know how much y'all been seeing. I've been kind of sitting over on the side here. So just in case you haven't seen, I'll push it over here. So I've glued it onto the rabbit, the carrot, and then I glued another carrot on this one. I'm going to do the same with this one. So I'll take one of the carrots, and I'm going to glue it with some hot glue. I've got my hot glue on low temp. Trialing out the low temp on my new glue gun. So I'm going to go ahead and place this one facing this way too. So each rabbit has a carrot. Isn't that cute? And so then I have this one that I created that's on the little stem, and I'm going to place the little stem carrot right in here. So he's just kind of hanging out. Just kind of hanging out right there. And then I'm going to do another one on this side of the arrangement, on this side. And I may try to lay one right up in here, in the top part. Right up in the top, up in the top part, and then one right over here. So let me get these ready to go. Just like I did the last one, I'm just going to go ahead. I like the way the wire did, so I'm going to wrap the wire around and tape it. I'm not going to film that because you saw me do the first one, so you can go back and review it. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to show y'all me putting these carrots inside the other places. So he's got to look like, I mean, he can't be floating up here in the air. That's not going to be appropriate. So we're going to I'm going to try to get him. You got to understand, this wire is so thin that it bends when you go to place it inside. So that 20 gauge would be much better. It'd be more sturdier. So I'm just going to kind of stick it inside here like this and just kind of give it a turn and a twist so that it's facing the front of the arrangement, because I'm making this the front of my arrangement, obviously, because the rabbits are facing this way. And then the third one, because we have this one over here, I'm going to kind of place him. Why do I always want to call my things hens? But anyways, oh well. Ha ha, funny. Okay, so I'm just going to place this one right in here. And I'm just going to kind of lay it in there. But I want it to be kind of, well, I don't want it to be going the same direction. Let's see. Carrots are ornery, aren't they? Okay, I think that looks cute. I'm trying to get them to go different directions and not go the same, although I did glue these going the same All of these are glued going the same. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that. Oh well. So I got the other ones, these that are on the wires. I kind of got them facing different directions. But I gotta tell you, I like this. It turned out cute. Now, here, let me bring it down for a second. So take a look at this. Oh, sorry about the window. But look at that. So, it looks so cute. It is adorable. And what I'm thinking of is I like the eggs. And I was trying to think of where would I put these eggs. So what do you think about if I put the eggs like right here, or if I have the eggs maybe trailing on the side? Now I could in my setup, if I were setting this up on a mantle, I probably would just place my eggs. I wouldn't necessarily glue them in place. But if I wanted to, I could glue them. Now, does that not look cute? I'm sorry. I may be biased about my own creations, but I just like them. Now, this is my table. So isn't that cute? It is adorable. Now, let me see if, I don't know if I can get a different angle for you guys. You're still going to have the glare from the window, from this window. Let me go get this set up in my normal spot where I take pictures and have a better lighting for you guys to see this. But oh my gosh. Cute. Cute overload. It is so cute. So if you like my content, make sure that you give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I know that my crafts are kind of, you know, I don't know, different. They're not out of the ordinary, but I just like to use some of the Dollar Tree products and I like to have fun with them and I like to be creative. And in fact, next week I have another little craft project that I'm going to post up that has the other three little rabbits and it kind of goes with this theme. Oh gosh. Okay, one moment. Oh my goodness. Can y'all not see the cuteness in this arrangement? Oh my gosh. I am just in awe. It is so cute. It has the eggs. It has the Easter look. It's got the Easter vibe. It's got the bunnies. And I will let y'all know, I do not celebrate Easter bunnies. I celebrate the risen King. But I'm going to tell you what, I love the pastel colors. I like spring. I like flowers. In fact, this past week, I got my garden in. And I'm not a garden like an in-ground garden person, but I grow my garden in pots. So I was able to get most of my plants planted. I'm fighting these snails. They're really on my radar right now. I'm having to get aggressive with the snails because they're eating up my little baby plants. But my goodness, if this does not scream spring, come on. Come on. It's pretty. It's so cute. So cute. So you can see the different, and if I can point them out, like this is the pink flowers, then I've got the yellow and then the orange. And it ties in with all of the pastel colors within off the can. And there's Miss Smitty. She's going to give her Smitty approval. Do you think it's worth being posted on YouTube? What do you think, Miss Smitty? Smitty, why don't you look at the camera? Hey, Smitty. Smitty. Hey, quit sniffing my plant. She's checking it out. She's making sure it's going to be okay. Smitty, what do you think? Is it okay? All right. She's approving it. She's quality control, y'all. She's quality control. What do you think? What do you think? You think it's worth it? I think so. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. And y'all have a great day. And a happy Easter. Bye.